Alright, number 10. Given a single vision pair of glasses and monocular PDs, determine the amount of horizontal prism present. Okay.
Try to talk about it.
Okay. What you're going to do is you need to just dot the frames. The easiest way to dot the frames.
Lenses?
Yeah, that too. To dot the lenses. So the monocular PD, let's just look at it that way. The right monocular PD measures from the center of your pupil to the center of your bridge. Okay? If you just guesstimate where the center is, you could guesstimate wrong, and since we're working in millimeters, it's going to be off. So your best method is take the bridge, measure the bridge out. Let's assume it's a 20. Use that 10, because 10 is going to go on each side, in the measurement to determine where you're centering it out. Does that make sense? So I'm going to say the person's PD is 30. I'm going to measure from the first hash mark, which is the 10, is at the edge of the frame to the 30. Because this, I need to draw it.
I would say just center the bridge over to 30.
Okay. If this measurement here is 20, the halfway mark makes each of them 10. Okay? If I need to measure the PD as 30, if I take my ruler and just guesstimate where the 10 is, you could guesstimate wrong one way or another. So I will put my ruler, instead of the 0 here, I put my 1 here, which is the 10. So that puts the center here, and then put the 30 here.
That's one way to do it. That's fine. Another way to do it is if you can measure, 10 over here, and just put a mark on your bridge here, so you can measure from here over here too. One or the other. Whatever you feel more comfortable doing. You don't measure the center of your bridge. Mark it with your marker, and then measure over. Either way. You're measuring from the center, from the edge of the lens.
I use the lens because that's an absolute place. That's just how I found it. So then you're measuring that. You're going to put your dot here. Same thing. Put your dot here. And now you're going to put those dots you've placed into the lensometer. And then go ahead and read it. Where is the prism? Well, where you're going to dot it is probably not where vertically it's going to center out. So either you need to draw a line on this point.
That's a good way to do it.
Okay? And then what you'll know is anywhere here it's 30. And then you could take it into the lensometer and move it up and down on that line until it lines up directly in the center, vertically speaking. And then you could see, okay, this is 1 diopter out, or 1 prism diopter out, or 1 prism diopter in. And then do the same thing here. Put the line, center it in the vertical aspect, so it's this part is in your reticule is going to be, well, actually it would be more like that. So the centers would actually be here, so that it goes across it properly, and then you determine the prism amount. That looks kind of funky.
And in the lensometer, you read it as
read it as is. So here's your hashes. And vertically you're going to center it out, so this is where your reticule.
You draw the nose and exactly like this.
Hold on.
It matters, right? For horizontal prism, you have to know which eye you're looking at to know if it's based in or based in.
And you need to know if it's plus or minus.
That's already
Nope.
determined for you, lensometer. So you don't have to know that for this method.
Okay.
When you look in there, if it's towards the nose, it's based in.
So this is the mark for the
So
nose.
here. So here.
Not with this method.
When you're reading it into the lensometer tells you the answer. So this is my nose. This is where the vertical lined up went to. So in this specific case, this is going to be 1.5 face out, because it's away from the nose.
So the lensometer figures it out for you.
It takes it into
If the
account.
nose is here, then it's going to be...
If the nose was here,
face in.
it's 1.5 face in.
Okay, and are all the lensometers going to have the half, or are they going to start?
I haven't seen one of these lensometers without the half.
Yeah, you know, it does matter. You're very good point. And so
But
you
I
want
think
to do is look at
they
your
have
reticule.
ones and twos. They have whole numbers.
There's different reticule for every lensometer. So look at your lensometer and you're gonna know. Is it
Yeah,
marked?
they
center
have
or
numbers
marked as
written on
1,
them.
or is it marked as 0.5? Or is it just a circle and the next one's 1? So just look at your reticule and you'll be able to tell. And you can do that when you're focusing your eyepiece in the beginning. Check out your reticule.
I don't think any of the things are marked at half, but they all have 1, 2, 3. So you'll know the circle.
If that's the case, then you know the first one's a half.
A half.
But sometimes you'll have the very first one will be marked a 1. And in Dr. Mader's drawings, she assumes the first one's always 1. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
So it depends on the reticule. That's something very easy to figure out if you think about it. You know, it'll be marked for you.
It